Specifically, I was 20 years old and I really connected to the city. And so when people were telling me that New York was over, it was like they were telling me I'm done. And I had just been going through this whole thing, and I defied that. New York is not done, and I'm not done either. I'm just getting started. So I went to Bartenders Academy, 2 weeks of that. I enrolled in New York Film Academy, a 3-month intensive workshop. I think at the time it was $2,500. It was located in the old Tammany Hall building in Union Square. I think it's a condo now, sadly enough. They kept the outside of it, but it's gutted. And I knew nothing about New York City, even though I lived out in Eastern Long Island. All I knew is that you take that Long Island Railroad to New York City. You can walk to Times Square, or you could take the N train to Union Square, where New York Film Academy was. That's pretty much what I did, and I eventually got a bartending job in the city. Eventually moved into the city with a high school friend of mine. Uh, did the small film thing, wrote, directed little projects, mostly bartended, mostly bounced. Until 2008, the housing collapse. I was working at a nightclub. At this point, I was a bouncer. There was a EMT. It was a huge nightclub. There was an EMT. The club had its own EMT, and the manager said on this particular night there was some guest DJ, 4,000 people. Why don't you shadow the EMT? And so I did, and it was kind of amazing to see this guy deal with the intoxicated folks and the meth heads, as we called them. Nothing exceptional, just making sure they're hydrated, taking out his pen light, doing perla, telling me who I can kick out and who we have to hold on to for a little while. And I was transfixed by this person taking control of the situation. Also, in the background, I loved science, and I was always good at that and biology. And yeah, I decided then and there, there was a economic catastrophe occurring, in the housing market, at least in the United States at the time. So joining the military didn't seem so bad. And so I did that, joined the Navy, knowing I was going to become a Navy hospital corpsman, and used the GI Bill to go to nursing school. That process took 10 years because the enlistment was 5 years. And even though the military, while you're in, you can go to school on tuition's assistance, I was with the Marines a lot in the field, and that just was not my destiny.